Hello, everyone, and happy Tuesday. Thank you for joining us once again, and thank you for joining all of our posts. Today, I decided that I'm going to share a story for you called Don't Hope, Friend, Decide, and it was written by Michael Hargrave, taken from one of the Chicken Soup for the Soul books. Beautiful story. I hope you like it as well as I did. Again, the name of the story is Don't Hope, Friend, Decide. While waiting to pick up a friend at the airport in Portland, Oregon, I had one of those life-changing experiences that you hear other people talk about, the kind that sneaks up on you unexpectedly. This one occurred a mere 2 feet away from me. Straining to locate my friend among the passengers deplaning through the jetway, I noticed a man coming toward me carrying 2 light bags. He stopped right next to me to greet his family. First, he motioned to his youngest son, maybe 6 years old, as he laid down his bags. They gave each other a long, loving hug. As they separated enough to look in each other's faces, I heard the father say, "It's so good to see you, son. I missed you so much." His son smiled, somewhat shyly, averted his eyes and replied softly, "Me too, Dad." Then the man stood up, gazed in the eyes of his oldest son, maybe 9 or 10, and while cupping his son's face in his hands, said, "You're already quite the young man. I love you very much, Zach." They too hugged, a most loving, tender hug. While this was happening, a baby girl, perhaps 1 or 1.5, was squirming excitedly in her mother's arms, never once taking her little eyes off the wonderful sight of her returning father. The man said, "Hi, baby girl," as he gently took the child from her mother. He quickly kissed her face all over and then held her close to his chest while rocking her from side to side. The little girl instantly relaxed and simply laid her head on his shoulder, motionless in pure contentment. After several moments, he handed his daughter to his oldest son and declared, "I've saved the best for last," and proceeded to give his wife the longest, most passionate kiss I ever remember seeing. He gazed into her eyes for several seconds and then silently mouthed, "I love you so much." They stared into each other's eyes, beaming big smiles at one another, while holding hands. For an instant, they reminded me of newlyweds, but I knew by the age of their children that they couldn't possibly be. I puzzled about it for a moment, then realized how totally engrossed I was in the wonderful display of unconditional love not more than an arm's length away from me. I suddenly felt uncomfortable, as if I were invading something sacred, but was amazed to hear my own voice nervously ask, "Wow, how long have you two been married?" "Been together 14 years total, married 12 of those," he replied, without breaking his gaze from his lovely wife's face. "Well then, how long have you been away?" I asked. The man finally turned and looked at me, still beaming his joyous smile. 2 whole days. 2 days? I was stunned. By the intensity of the greeting, I had assumed he'd been gone for at least several weeks, if not months. I know my expression betrayed me. I said almost offhandedly, hoping to end my intrusion with some semblance of grace and to get back to searching for my friend. I hope my marriage is still that passionate after 12 years. The man suddenly stopped smiling. He looked me straight in the eye, and with a forcefulness that burned right into my soul, he told me something that left me a different person. He told me, "Don't hope, friend. Decide." Then he flashed me his wonderful smile again, shook my hand, and said, "God bless." With that, he and his family turned and strode away together. I was still watching that exceptional man and his special family walk just out of sight when my friend came up to me and asked, "What you looking at?" Without hesitating and with a curious sense of certainty, I replied, my future. It's amazing how a simple comment can help to change someone's life. I pray that we all can make a difference in other people's lives by a simple word or a simple gesture. And whatever we do, may we always do it with the love of God beaming from our hearts. God bless you all and have an amazing rest of your day, and hope to see you soon.